2025 is shaping up to be a year unlike any other. And if there's one thing I want you to take away today, it's this year, more than ever, is the year to focus on yourself and grow your finances. And I don't mean just watching a couple of videos or reading a few articles and hoping things magically change. I mean real deliberate action that sets the stage for your financial future. First, let's talk about prioritizing yourself. So many people spend their lives running around, trying to keep everyone else happy, trying to chase trends or comparing themselves to others. And while some of that is okay, here's the hard truth: your time, your energy, your focus, they're the most valuable assets you have. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not investing in your growth mentally, emotionally, and physically, then no amount of money strategies or investments are going to stick. Investment 25 is your opportunity to start putting yourself first. Start small if you need to. Wake up earlier, read more, exercise, learn a new skill, but make yourself the priority, because the stronger and sharper you are, the more capable you become of handling bigger opportunities. Now, once you start prioritizing yourself, the next step is to master your money mindset. Here's the thing: most people fail not because they don't have opportunities, but because they haven't trained their mind to think like someone who builds wealth. Do you view money as a tool, or do you see it as something that just comes and goes? In 2025, it's crucial to rethink your habits. Stop impulsive spending. Investment. Start budgeting like you're planning for your financial freedom. Start investing in ways that give long-term results, not short-term satisfaction. Your mindset dictates your reality, and this year, shifting that mindset will set the foundation for everything else you want to achieve. Once your mindset is aligned, you have to leverage the power of multiple income streams. Relying on just one source of income is risky. The world is unpredictable, and the sooner you accept that, the better. 2025 is the perfect year to explore side hustles, invest in skills that earn money on the side, or even dip into smart, calculated investments. Don't feel like you need to make everything perfect at once. Start experimenting. Start small. The point is to diversify your streams so that even if one falters, you're still moving forward. Financial security comes from multiple sources, not luck. And finally, the secret sauce that ties all of this together is consistency and long-term thinking. Wealth isn't built overnight. Your personal growth doesn't happen in a week. It's built every single day through small, intentional actions that compound over time. Show up consistently even when it's boring. Invest a little bit more, learn a little bit more, improve a little bit more. Over time, that compounding effect will be massive. The choices you make this year, no matter how small they seem, will define where you are financially and personally in 5, 10, or 15 years. So if there's one message I want you to remember about 2025, it's this: put yourself first. Train your mind, diversify your income, and commit to consistency. Focus on the long game. Build habits, build skills, build your financial foundation. Because when you do, this year won't just be another 365 days. It will be the year that changes your life. If there's one thing I want you to understand about 2025, it's this: you have to prioritize yourself. And when I say prioritize yourself, I don't mean being selfish in a negative way. I mean recognizing that your time, your energy, and your focus are the most valuable assets you have. Think about it. Every decision you make, every action you take, every habit you build, investment, all of that flows from your ability to be at your best. If you're constantly drained, constantly distracted, constantly reacting to what everyone else wants from you, then it doesn't matter how many opportunities come your way, you won't be able to capitalize on them. The first step in real growth, both personally and financially, is to make yourself the center of your own life. Prioritizing yourself doesn't have to be some dramatic overhaul. It can start with small, intentional choices. Maybe it's waking up earlier than you usually do so that you can spend 30 minutes reading or planning your day without distractions. Investment, mate. Maybe it's setting aside time to exercise, not because you're trying to look a certain way, but because you want your body and mind to operate at a higher level. Even something as simple as learning to say no to commitments that drain you can create enormous space for the things that actually move the needle in your life. You have to treat yourself like a high-value asset, because that's exactly what you are. A lot of people underestimate the ripple effect that focusing on yourself can have. When you invest in your own growth, your knowledge, your skills, your health, investment, your mindset, it naturally impacts every area of your life. You'll start making better financial decisions because you're clearer, calmer, and more focused. And you'll start attracting better opportunities because people sense your energy and discipline. And here's the real game changer: when you prioritize yourself first, you stop relying on external validation. You stop chasing the approval of friends, family, or social media. You start making decisions based on what actually benefits your growth and your future. Another thing that's crucial to understand is that prioritizing yourself isn't a one-time effort. It's a habit, a practice, a lifestyle. It's about consistently checking in with yourself, asking, am I using my time wisely? Am I feeding my mind with the right information? Am I putting my energy toward the things that actually matter? If you build this level of self-awareness, you create a foundation for everything else. You're no longer reactive, you're proactive. You're no longer drifting through your days, you're steering your life intentionally. And let's be real, this is not always easy. Life will throw distractions at you constantly. Friends, family, obligations, endless notifications, and random temptations are all designed to pull your attention away. That's why prioritizing yourself requires discipline. It requires boundaries. It requires saying no to what doesn't serve you in order to say yes to what does. It requires a mindset shift where you view your time and energy as non-renewable resources that must be invested wisely. When you get this right, everything else becomes easier. Your financial decisions become smarter because you're calmer and more strategic. Your career moves become more deliberate because you're focused on your long-term goals rather than short-term gratification. Your personal growth accelerates because you're actively choosing to feed your mind, body, and spirit with the right inputs. Prioritizing yourself is not an act of indulgence, it's an act of preparation, of readiness, of positioning yourself to capture the opportunities that 2025 is going to throw your way. So if there's one thing to start doing right now, it's this: put yourself first, invest in your growth, protect your time, and guard your energy investment. Because the stronger you are, the more capable you become of handling bigger opportunities, smarter financial decisions, and a life that's designed on your terms. Once you start prioritizing yourself, the next step is mastering your money mindset. And I can't stress this enough, your financial success isn't determined by luck, timing, or even opportunity. It starts in your head. How you think about money, how you value it, and how you decide to use it will dictate the trajectory of your entire financial life. Most people overlook this, and that's why so many struggle year after year. They never take the time to understand their relationship with money, and they never challenge the beliefs that are holding them back. Think about it for a second. Every financial decision you've ever made, big or small, was influenced by your mindset. Did you spend impulsively because you felt you deserved it? Did you avoid investing because it seemed too complicated or risky? Did you stick to the same job or income source because you weren't willing to think bigger? All of these choices trace back to how you view money in the first place. In 2025, the people who will grow their wealth the fastest are the ones who change that perspective, who start thinking long term, and who treat money as a tool rather than a source of stress. Changing your money mindset isn't about being frugal for the sake of it. It's about being intentional with your money. It's about understanding the difference between wants and needs, investment, between instant gratification and strategic decisions that pay off down the line. It's about creating a system where your money works for you, not the other way around. When you adopt this approach, spending feels purposeful, saving feels rewarding, and investing feels like a natural part of your life rather than a daunting task. The other part of mastering your money mindset is discipline. You can have the best advice, the best opportunities, and the best tools, but without discipline, it won't matter. Discipline is what turns knowledge into action. Discipline is what allows you to stay consistent with budgeting, saving, and investing even when it's tempting to deviate. Discipline is what ensures that you're building wealth steadily rather than chasing flashy, short-term wins that disappear as quickly as they came. And let's be honest, discipline isn't always easy, but it's absolutely necessary if you want your financial life to reflect the vision you have for yourself. Equally important is shifting your focus from comparison to growth. So many people measure their success by what everyone else is doing. The neighbor with a new car, the friend posting exotic vacations, the colleague talking about side hustles. But comparing yourself to others only clouds your judgment and wastes your energy. In 2025, the people who win financially will be the ones who focus on their own journey. They'll focus on their progress, their habits, and their long-term goals. Investment. They'll measure themselves against themselves, not against the world, and that mindset alone will create massive advantages over time. Finally, mastering your money mindset is about believing in your ability to grow. The truth is, wealth isn't reserved for a lucky few. It's built by those who consistently think bigger, act smarter, and refuse to be limited by fear or doubt. In 2025, the opportunities are everywhere, but only those who have trained their minds to see them, evaluate them, and take calculated action will actually capture them. It starts with belief, it continues with knowledge, and it's powered by disciplined execution. So if there's one thing to focus on after prioritizing yourself, it's this: master your money mindset. Change how you think about money, develop discipline in your financial habits, stop comparing yourself to others, investment, and trust in your ability to grow. Because when you do everything else, your income, your investments, your financial security naturally follows. Once you've prioritized yourself and mastered your money mindset, the next step in 2025 is understanding the power of multiple income streams. Too many people make the mistake of relying on a single source of income income. They think, I have a steady job, so I'm fine, or my business is doing okay. That's enough. The reality is life is unpredictable. Jobs can disappear, businesses can hit slow patches, and markets can shift overnight. Relying on just one source of income is risky, and in 2025, the smartest move you can make is to diversify where your money comes from. Now, leveraging multiple income streams doesn't mean overcomplicating your life or spreading yourself too thin. It means being strategic, intentional, investment, and looking for opportunities that align with your skills, knowledge, and long-term goals. It could start with something as simple as investing in stocks, real estate, or digital assets. Investment. It could be developing a side hustle based on a skill you already have or monetizing a hobby you're passionate about. The key is to create multiple pathways where money can flow in. So even if one stream slows down, then you're still moving forward and building wealth. One of the biggest advantages of having multiple income streams is the freedom it creates. When you're not relying solely on a single paycheck, you gain flexibility. You can make decisions based on growth, not fear. You can take calculated risks because you have a safety net. And the more streams you develop, the more your financial situation becomes resilient against life's unexpected challenges. And think of it like a ladder. One rung may hold you for a while, but having several rungs stacked beneath you ensures that even if one fails, you don't fall. Another important aspect of multiple income streams is that they allow you to scale your wealth faster. Earning more from different sources means you can reinvest in opportunities that compound over time. You can take profits from one venture and fund another, creating a cycle where your money works harder than you ever could alone. And the beauty of this approach is that it isn't about working harder necessarily, it's about working smarter. Each stream you build has the potential to operate independently, creating passive or semi-passive income that grows while you focus on other priorities. The mindset shift that comes with leveraging multiple income streams is just as valuable as the money itself. You start thinking bigger, spotting opportunities where others see obstacles, and becoming more adaptable to change. You realize that wealth isn't a single destination, it's a journey with multiple paths. And the more options you create, the more control you have over your life. It teaches resilience, creativity, and strategic thinking, skills that are invaluable in every area of life. Of course, building multiple income streams requires patience and consistency. You won't see immediate results from every venture, and not every experiment will succeed. That's okay. The important part is to start to test and to refine as you go. Some streams will grow slowly but steadily, some will take off unexpectedly, and some will fail entirely. But each one teaches you something about your skills, your strengths, and your approach. By the end of the year, if you commit to this process, you'll not only have more money coming in, but you'll also have a stronger, more versatile mindset that positions you for long-term success. So if there's one thing to focus on after prioritizing yourself and mastering your money mindset, it's this: don't put all your eggs in one basket. Explore opportunities, experiment with new income streams, investment, and create multiple pathways for financial growth. Because the more streams you build, the stronger your foundation becomes and the closer you get to financial freedom. After prioritizing yourself, mastering your money mindset, and building multiple income streams, the next, and perhaps most important, step is embracing consistency and long-term thinking. This is where so many people fall short. They want results overnight. They want instant gratification. They see someone else's success and think it happened because they're lucky or talented, and they overlook the fact that real growth, real wealth, and real change take time. In 2025, the people who will succeed are the ones who understand that small, intentional actions repeated consistently create compounding results that far outweigh any quick win. Consistency is not glamorous, and it's not exciting. It's waking up every day and showing up even when you don't feel motivated. It's continuing to invest, save, learn, or work on your side hustle, even when the results are slow to show. It's doing the boring, foundational work that most people ignore because it doesn't feel immediate. But here's the secret: that consistent effort is what separates the people who just dream about wealth from the people who actually build it. Every dollar saved, every hour spent learning, every side hustle effort contributes to a foundation that compounds over time. And the power of compounding is real. Small actions today can lead to massive results tomorrow, but only if you stick with it. Long-term thinking is closely tied to consistency. It's about making decisions based not on immediate desires, but on the future you want to create. It's delaying gratification because you understand that sacrificing a little comfort now can lead to exponential growth later. For example, maybe you choose to invest in stocks or real estate rather than splurge on short-term pleasures. Maybe you spend an extra hour each evening learning a new skill instead of scrolling through social media. Maybe you resist lifestyle inflation even as your income grows. These are small choices, but repeated over months and years, They become the foundation of financial freedom. The challenge, of course, is patience. Our world conditions us to expect results instantly, fast money, instant recognition, viral content. But financial growth, personal development, and long-term success do not work that way. They reward the person who keeps showing up, the person who builds habits, and the person who refuses to give in to short-term distractions. Every successful investor, entrepreneur, or high achiever you can think of didn't get there overnight. They put in years of consistent effort, made countless small decisions that aligned with their goals, and trusted the process even when it was invisible to everyone else. Another aspect of long-term thinking is resilience. When you commit to a long-term vision, setbacks become part of the journey, not reasons to quit. Market dips, slow growth periods, mistakes, or failures, they're all inevitable. But if your focus is on the long game, these obstacles don't derail you, they teach you. They make you smarter, more strategic, and more prepared for the next opportunity. In 2025, investment, the mindset shift from instant results to long-term growth is what will give you an edge over the majority of people who quit too early. Consistency and long-term thinking also reinforce the habits and principles you've already built. Your self-prioritization, your disciplined money mindset, and your multiple income streams all benefit from regular attention and steady effort. They grow stronger over time, and as they compound, your confidence, skill, and financial security grow along with them. Success in 2025 isn't about luck or a single breakthrough. It's about the small, repeated actions that accumulate into something much bigger than you could achieve in a single day or week. So if there's one principle to internalize for the rest of this year, it's this: focus on consistency, embrace long-term thinking, and commit to showing up every day for your goals. Because wealth, personal growth, and financial freedom are not instant. They're the reward for persistent effort, disciplined choices, and a vision that keeps your eyes on what matters most.